What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be talking about 6 life lessons that I wish that I knew earlier as a man. All right, getting into the first one. Embarrassment is an underexplored emotion. For every single man, your dream life lies on the other end of a lot of embarrassment. Some people might label this as cringe, all right? And most people would rather not achieve their dreams and risk harming this aura that they're trying to craft or risk looking weird in front of somebody else. So they decide not to act on the things that they know are going to get them to the next level in life. They don't want to have other people disagree with them. They don't want to have other people looking at them and thinking, wow, I wouldn't do that. The truth is, if you're going to be your true self, a lot of people are simply not going to like you. Whether it's because of the things that you do, or because of the values that you hold, or the principles that you live by, being someone means that you are going to be hated by someone. I'm going to say that again, and I want you to soak it in. Being someone means that you are going to be hated by someone. The only way that you cannot be hated by anyone is to choose to be a nobody, to choose to be no one at all. A clear example of this is the fact that I talk about being a virgin on social media. It's something that I never thought that I would, discuss publicly. But when I try to come on social media and tell men, hey, keep your virginity. Don't go around sleeping with a bunch of girls when you're young. It's not worth it. Hold on to your purity, save that for your future wife, and you're more likely to have a happy, healthy relationship. And going out and participating in all these hookups is just going to distract you from the things that are actually important in life, all right? Don't chase meaningless sex. But when I promote that on social media, there are tons of people out there that say, oh, this guy is terrible. He's promoting purity culture. How crazy is that? To tell somebody to try to maintain their purity, you will be hated by people that think that you are trying to promote purity culture. Very, very interesting, isn't it? Something else to keep in mind is the fact that Jesus, the perfect man, existed on earth, and he was crucified and killed. And he was perfect. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was perfectly sinless. So if you decide to live your life in a certain way, by certain principles and by certain values, other people are simply not going to like you. And that's okay. You should accept that. Somehow, people will always think that something that you're doing is a bad thing, even if you know it's good, and even though if you know that you have good intentions. But that being said, it leads perfectly into the next lesson, which is these other people don't really care about you. They don't really care about your life. You see, we get so wrapped up inside of our own heads thinking, oh, what are other people going to think? What do other people think of this? What do other people think of that? But the truth is, you shouldn't be worrying about that. Instead, ask yourself, what does God think about the way that I'm living my life? Am I bringing glory to him? That's my purpose. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. We like to convince ourselves that everybody else is watching our every move like people watch a TV show. But the truth is, other people don't care about what is going on in other people's lives. People tend to get so in their head thinking, oh, everybody's watching me. Everybody's going to have opinion about everything that I do, when in reality, that's just simply not the case. Those people are focused on their own lives. You have to adopt some perspective and understand that you are floating on a rock that is in a solar system, that is in a universe that is in the middle of space where there are millions of other universes. You're a speck. You're so tiny. But at the same time, you also have to adopt the perspective that God loves you infinitely, and that he actually sent his son to die on a cross in order to save your sin. He sent someone who was sinless to die on your behalf, and that automatically makes you incredibly valuable. So there's a duality where you have to understand that you are a speck, but at the same time, you are also something incredible. So when other people look at you, when you're scared that other people are judging your every move, that other people care what you do, whenever you find yourself worrying about what they think, understand that they don't care. And it's not that big of a deal. But at the same time, you are worthwhile. You are very valuable in the eyes of God. All right? So that's incredibly important to understand your value as an individual. Number 3 is going to be, don't get back with your ex. All right? This is one of the worst decisions that you can make. And I personally am guilty of every single one of these things that I'm talking about, especially this one. I have gotten back together multiple times with 3 of my past girlfriends. 3 of my past girlfriends, I have gotten back together with them multiple times after the original split. If your goal is marriage, or your goal is a long-term relationship, to have the most fulfilling family life that you possibly can, don't do this. There is a 15% success rate after you have broken up with somebody that you guys are going to stay together long-term. All right? If you broke up once, it probably means that you are going to break up again. You must know this moving forward, and I wish somebody had told me the cold, hard truth a long time ago. Also, another thing that you should know is that your exes will always come back. If you are a man that is on a mission and you are continuing to get better year after year, they are going to see that growth and they are going to want to come back into your life. And then it is going to be up to you to determine whether or not you actually want them to be a part of it, and whether or not you want to roll the dice and understand that there's a 15% chance that you're actually going to end up with this woman in the long term. All right? The decision is yours. Go out there, focus on your mission, focus on your purpose, and don't put women above what you are trying to accomplish in your life. Don't obsess about them. Number 4 is going to be, just because everybody else is doing it does not mean that you have to do it. This goes for a lot of different things. Going to college, engaging in hookup culture, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, watching TV, playing video games, watching porn, doom scrolling, eating like a pig, not exercising, literally everything that is dragging the modern man down. Understand, there is a world that exists where you don't do any of these things, and your life looks a whole lot different, and your future looks a whole lot different. All right? Just because everybody else has normalized it does not mean that you should say, oh, these are just the times we're living in, Brandon. Come on, it's perfectly acceptable. Understand that vices are more rampant in today's society than ever. Temptation is stronger than ever, and that is why the modern man is weaker than ever. So choose to push away the things that have become so easily accessible, the quick fixes, the easy sources of dopamine, all right? Number 5 is going to be cultivating an abundance mindset with everything, especially with women, with money, with opportunity, and with experiences. You see, when it comes to women, I see so many men getting obsessed about one girl. And when you don't have an abundance mindset, you put all of your thought into her because she's your best option. And oh my goodness, if you can't have her, you're going to be destroyed. And if she doesn't like you back, you are not going to be able to survive. Adopt the mindset that every woman either sees you as a man that she would like to be with or she doesn't. Women are smart. They know this type of thing fast. Operate on that assumption and continue to move forward into abundance. The truth is, there are so many women on this planet. And thanks to the internet, you have access to so many more of them than you would have a couple hundred years ago. You stay stuck on that one girl because you think that eventually she might come around. She might come around, but the truth is she's not going to come around if you're incredibly focused on her. And that's all that you can think about. And you show all of your cards and say, hey, you are the best woman I am ever going to get. And if you don't like me, I am going to die. You have to move forward. Stop communicating with women that don't show you those obvious signs of respect and admiration. All right? You have to learn to move on. You have to operate that there's always going to be another woman when you are dating. You always have to understand that. Don't get hung up too much on one woman. Money is something that can be earned. All right? There is so much more of it flowing out there than you realize. A lot of men lock themselves in cages with what they think is possible, and a lot of it just simply has to do with the family that they're born into. You know, every person sort of adopts the mindset of their parents, whether or not it's on purpose or just inadvertently. What you have to do is you have to fight against those limiting beliefs of the family that you were born into, and you have to break out of them and realize that opportunities and experiences are endless. You can open so many doors as long as you understand that you have to first realize that you can open them and walk through. It's 100% possible, and everything is so much more achievable than you actually think. Number 6, the last lesson, is going to be treat your body like a temple. You only have one of them. All right? You should look at your body like a best friend and treat it accordingly. Now, what exactly does that mean? To look at your body like a best friend? Well, a lot of people treat their bodies like crap, but then they'll go and they'll treat their best friend really well. You know, they want the best for their best friend, but they don't want the best for their body. It's a huge mistake. Show up for yourself every single day in the gym. Fuel your body properly. And this goes for you guys that are already hitting the gym. Take care of your health. Don't ego lift. Don't work yourself into the ground. Recover properly. I've struggled with many injuries during my time of lifting. And trust me, you do not want to grow older with a body that you have abused, with a broken body, whether that be through excessive training and ego lifting and marathon running, or whether it be through eating garbage, not exercising, staying sedentary all day long. You have to understand that you can have a million problems, but as soon as you get sick, or as soon as your body is not functioning optimally, you have one problem. And people will throw all of the money that they have away just to feel better again, just to feel healthy. So treat your body accordingly. Show up for yourself every single day. Keep the promises that you make to yourself and keep the promises that you make to your body. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like down below if you did. Make sure to drop a thumbs up in the comments section. And make sure to drop a singular thumbs up in the comment section if you watched all the way through this till the end of the video, because if you did, you've got an attention span of steel, my friend. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.